to the Stardust Room at Kutcher's Country Club just off of Anawanna Lake in Monticello, New York. And coming up next, Alex Stewart and Jamie Howe in a 10-round heavyweight bout. Stewart has a lot on his mind, especially a world heavyweight title. Like everyone else in boxing's glamour division, those thoughts became more realistic when Mike Tyson took a tumble in Tokyo. Suddenly, it was not so dreamlike for a heavyweight challenger to be thinking about capturing the throne. Invincible Tyson bounced back last month with a KO over Henry Tillman, which further opened up the weighty picture. Next, Tyson will face Alex Stewart in September, a match that seemed one-sided some time ago. And Stewart right now is aware of what must be done.
I know what I'm going to do, and I know what he's going to do. And we're both fighters, and when it comes down to it, he's going to hit me, I'm going to hit him. He's going to come in, he's going to be in great shape as always. And it's just a matter of who wants it more. And I believe I want it a lot more.
Stewart has stepped up his training for this attractive bout in the fall. He's enthusiastic in the gym, and his energy is focused on the former untouchable world champion. For Stewart, everything is on the line. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot more riding on this. I need it not just to survive, but I need it to live, really. Because the everyday expense, he doesn't. I mean, it's a little bit hard when you're making millions of dollars and you fighting, and you got millions of dollars in the bank. You don't really have to fight for hunger no more. Well, I'm here fighting for that. I need to feed. I need to feed my kids. I need to feed my family. I need to get things in place. And beating Mike Tyson will do that.
Stewart sees the past, the present, and the future all wrapped up in one big payday against Iron Mike Tyson. It's somewhat perplexing, then, that he has chosen tonight to tune up for the bout against the well-traveled Jamie Howe. After all, in Howe's last fight against Ronaldo Snipes, he watched Mr. Snipes break his right arm and a golden opportunity go up in smoke, or should I say, into ice. For Stewart, the same thing could happen tonight.
Well, I worry about getting hurt all the time. There's no such thing as, any fights dead easy or you won't get hurt. But I believe in myself. And when it boils down to it, do you believe you can get out there without getting hurt or winning a fight without getting a cut or hurting your hand? I believe I can do that. I believe also that if I couldn't do it, it just wasn't meant to be. The main thing here is to make sure I win and sharpen up my tools. So when I do fight Mike Tyson, I'll be ready for it. I worked hard to get here. I did what I had to do. I paid my dues. I paid my time. And now it's time to collect.
This will be just the second fight for Alex Stewart since the loss to Evander Holyfield in November of '89. Remember, he had surgery to repair 2 tendons on his left hand in November following that loss to Holyfield. And he also had a damaged eye which had to heal. So Stewart looking forward to the work tonight. And that's one of the reasons he's elected to fight rather than just sit out and wait for what he expects to be a big payday against Mike Tyson. Meanwhile, his opponent tonight is Jamie the Featherman Howe, young man out of Ohio, 26 years of age, pretty good amateur record, 117-26. And as a professional, 15-11-1 with 8 KOs. In his last time out of the box, he lost to Ronaldo Snipes in Callicoon, New York, lost a 10-round decision. But in that fight, he was a very tough opponent. Snipes ended up breaking his hand, and Howe celebrated, although he did indeed lose the fight.
Bruce, let me tell you about the Featherman. Watch that first round because he comes right out, and I expect him to do the same thing with Alex Stewart. Like he has no respect for the other guy at all and starts throwing bombs.
Right now, to ring announcer Ed Durian for the formal introduction of the fighters.
From the magnificent Kutchers here in the Catskill region of Monticello, New York, Madison Square Garden Boxing presents Fight Night's main event, the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout, referee Luis Rivera. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the gold sequin-colored trunks. He weighed in at 215½ pounds. This pugilist has 15 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, with 8 knockouts. All the way from Grelton, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jamie Featherman Howe. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He tipped in at an even 223 pounds. Now this young man has 25 wins, 1 loss, with 25 knockouts. He is ranked number 4 by the WBA, and number 5 by the IBF and the WBC. From Brooklyn, New York, by way of London, England, and Jamaica, here is Alex, the Destroyer Stewart. Stewart.
Well, it wasn't a loving exchange in the center of the ring. And the two look eager to get it on.
I think this is what Jamie Howe does to psych himself up. He starts calling the other guy names. He's all excited. I think he's going to come out bombing. Bruce, let's just watch and see what happens. But if he can get bombed himself with a guy like Alex Stewart, let me tell you that. There he goes.
And the first punch thrown by the Featherman, Jamie Howe. Alex Stewart has recorded 9 first-round KOs in his career. All of his wins are by KO. The sequin trunks.
You know, in the heavyweight division, I don't think I've seen anybody take as much punishment as Jamie Howe took in the last fight, except George Chuvalo, without getting knocked out. I mean, he has some chin, and he's tough.
And George Chuvalo, one of the fighters who trained here at Cutchers over the years. Partisan crowd for Stewart. This is his home turf. This is where he trains when he's out of the city.
Come on, Jamie!
Stewart's last win over Starvin Mark Young. 5th round TKO, Atlantic City, May 25th.
And Jamie Howe already has an angry welt under his left eye.
Howe does not scare easily.
You know, Howe is built very peculiar for a heavyweight. All of his weight is in it from his hips down. He has tremendously strong legs.
Body blow, good solid one landed by Jamie Howe.
Meanwhile, Stewart is doing a job with that left hand. There's a straight right hand behind it.
Right to the welt underneath the left eye of Howe. To the body.
Stewart's playing it a little cautious, which is okay. He's letting Howe make a mistake and get off balance, then he's throwing the combinations.
Stewart not hurt there, backed up a little bit, but not hurt at all.
Nailed a couple of good body punches though, Bruce.
Final second to the first round.
5 seconds.
HSE has the sport that's...
Vic Damone will be on stage here at Cutchers on Saturday night, taking in the action this evening in the same Stardust room. Very big boxing fan, we understand. Second round scheduled, 10-round bout. Alex the Destroyer Stewart, black trunks. Jamie Featherman Howe in the sequin, gold trunks. Stewart a bit cautious in that first round. Came out that way against Mark Young in his last bout, but that was understandable since he hadn't been in the ring in 7 months.
You know, I know that Stewart is in good shape. He's been training up here in Cutch's, but he was breathing rather heavily at the end of the first round, Bruce, and I attribute that to nerves.
That same pattern, as I mentioned, that last fight, Gil, that first round, right after that first round, he was really breathing heavy against starting Mark Young.
Nice move by Stewart. Very calmly stepped over to the right.
Nice combination, big right hand by Alex Stewart.
Jamie Howe is now bleeding from the nose. Those sharp punches of Stewart's are doing the job.
And he's got the swelling under the left eye, which was handled nicely in the corner after the first round. Stewart making his punches count. Big left by Stewart. When he comes off that duck.
Stewart had better not pull straight back. He pulled straight back 2 or 3 times, Bruce. And you know, Jamie Howe throws those wild punches, and these guys are heavyweights.
Winding down the second round, Stewart going to the body. Big uppercut by Alex Stewart. Howe fights back. And Howe all over Stewart at the end of the second.
Very good. Come on, concentrate. That's the way
The corner of Jamie Featherman Howe. He's been in the ring with a lot of quality opponents over the years, and he's lost to the likes of Diamond Jim McDonald, Dennis Andres, Donnie Lalonde, and Arthel Lawhorn. Here's Stewart's flurry, Gil.
Beautiful uppercut by Stewart. And look at that right hand right over. But this Jamie Howe, he takes a punch. I was like, nobody better. George Chavallo. That's the only one I can think of.
He's been stopped only 3 times in his career, all by cuts.
Sunday on CBS with color commentator Gil Clancy and Tim Ryan. That's this Sunday on CBS. And we mustn't forget our
There's a look at Jamie Featherman Howe. 15, 11, and 1. By the way, rules of the New York State Athletic Commission in effect tonight. Scoring 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule in effect. Standing 8 in effect as well.
You know, if I was in Stewart's corner, I would tell him to work that jab overtime. Just keep working that jab overtime. Pick this guy apart. Don't get into punching exchanges. It's not necessary. Got too much at stake. He's got to snap that jab, Stewart. Work it overtime. Do it all night. The other punches will take care of themselves. That's it. Just stay on the outside. Put your punches together. Move it.
Stewart boxing this round a little more. Throwing crisp punches.
Well, So many things can happen when you get these punching exchanges and start to wrestle, and 90% of them are bad for Alex Stewart.
That uppercut wasn't bad. It was pretty awesome. He got it in there twice.
But in the meanwhile, Bruce, you know, remember what happened to Ronaldo Snipes? You start wrestling with a guy, these big guys, they can pull a muscle, hurt a tendon, all sorts of things can happen. He doesn't have to do that. He's a class above Jamie Howe. He should just outbox him.
Howe would like nothing more than get into a nice barroom fight.
He may after this one's over. That's the kind of kid he is. Tough kid. I wouldn't want to fight him in the bar room, I'll tell you that. And Stewart has to snap that jab. He's balling with the jab now.
Howe countered nicely there. That's a warning. That was low.
Very dangerous, though. Stewart dropped his right hand to punch to the body. Leaves him wide open for a left hook.
Luis Rivera did warn Stewart about that low blow.
Bruce, does Stewart look tired to you? He's starting to look tired. He walked around the ring, took a deep breath, and dropped both hands.
Well, it's awfully early to get tired in a fight like this, which has 10 rounds written on it.
Those are the indications.
Completing the third round of this scheduled 10-round bout.
Wilson down the line and right. O'Neal to the corner and still going, and it's gone! Brad Wilson wins it for the...
Bruce Beck and Gil Clancy in Sullivan County in the Catskills. This is round 4 of a scheduled 10-round bout between Alex the Destroyer Stewart and Jamie Featherman Howe. And Gil, you seem to think that Stewart is showing signs of fatigue, even though it's early.
Yes, it seemed that way to me. Dropped both hands, walked away, and took a blow. Went back to the corner. You can see when they sit down hard, Bruce, they're a little tired. Nice combination by Alex Stewart.
Good body blow by Stewart. Stewart to the body. Crowd screaming for a low blow. Luis Rivera didn't see it that way.
What Stewart has to do is stop thinking and start snapping that jab. Just keep snapping the jab. Never mind anything else. Now you notice the way Stewart's breathing now, Bruce.
Yep.
Now watch his breathing.
Popped a good right hand, though.
Jamie Howe's legs are that's why he can take such a good rap and drive back.
And here he drives back again. And a warning from Rivera to Howe to keep the blows up. And a left hook that got through by Howe.
Stewart is floundering because he's got to snap that jab.
Right hand counter by Stewart. How's a loading that left hook, Gil?
Double left hook, body and head. There's the punch.
Big right by Stewart.
What a...
Howe is hanging up with 20 seconds to go in the round. A fighter can be saved by the bell only in the final round in New York City.
Did he get nailed? And he's still on his feet. Most amazing thing I've seen.
seconds to go. Howe fights back. And ending a round 4 and blood all over the face of Howe. The last seconds of the round. Stewart got through with perhaps
I want you to move
a
this
couple of
round.
last big punches after the one
I want
earlier,
you to
Gil.
move this round.
He nailed him with a straight right hand, Bruce. You have to, when you hit a guy with a punch like that, you got to look at the canvas, because that's where he's supposed to be. Look at that right hand. You can't get it hard at that, followed by a left hook. And Howe is still standing.
Concentrate. Slip, roll. Take a step to the side when you're in tight. Here we go.
Stewart has to be saying to himself, what do I have to hit this guy with to get him out of there?
He's going to come out after you. You listening? Yeah. He's going to come out. So look to hold or move. Get through this round, he'll be dead.
Now, believe me, if I was in Stewart's corner, I'd go back to that snapping jab, because Tommy Gallagher just told him he's going to come after you. And you know, when you start throwing punches, you can get nailed yourself. Why take a chance? And Stewart expended a lot of energy last round after he had Howe hurt.
So we go to the 5th. It's been an emotional week for Stewart. Losing his dear manager, Mike Jones.
And they were so close, Bruce. They really were close.
He decided to go out with the fight, but, you know, a lot of the exhaustion he may be feeling, maybe an accumulation of the week that was. That was a slip.
It's an indication, though, that the legs of Jamie Howe are going.
Another right hand that Stewart landed effectively, and Howe still stands, but he's starting to wobble a little bit.
I think Stewart now is loosened up.
It takes him a while sometimes. Here's a little uppercut, short little chopping uppercuts by Stewart.
They bust you up, though, Bruce, those little short uppercuts. Short punches inside.
That face of Howe is now very bloody. Stewart at will landing the uppercut.
Well, if he fights a Mike Tyson, those are the kind of punches that would be effective against Mike. Those short punches inside.
Blood now streaming from both nostrils. Stewart landing a left. Another one.
Bruce right on the button with a straight right hand and a left hook. Luis Rivera has to be looking at Howe now.
Still 75 seconds left in this round. Stewart a big right hand, and Howe finally goes down with a body blow. An accumulation
They have to stop
of
this
punches.
fight. The way his nose is bleeding, Bruce, it may be broke.
Mouthpiece fell out, allowed to put the mouthpiece back in by New York State rules.
Well, they could also call the doctors to look at that nose. I don't think we're going to get another round out of this fight. They're going to have to stop it in the corner.
45 seconds. That's a long way to go in this round.
And look at Howe still punching back. Still punching back. That's why the referee's having trouble stopping the fight.
Standing 8 count. New York State rule. Luis Rivera. Standing 8 count given to Jamie Featherman Howe.
Getting one more. That's all we need.
That nose is a bloody mess right now. Final seconds of the round, and Howe is still throwing punches. He's still standing. And there is a lot of work to be done in that corner if he's going to continue.
Come on, baby. Listen to me. I want you to run this round.
Stewart dropped him in the 5th, and he also exhibited a punch that was called for a standing 8 count.
Bruce, Stewart is over in the corner gasping for breath.
He's
But when he When he starts throwing those combinations, he forgets that he's tired.
When you see a guy don't follow, give me the
Dr.
scissors.
May
What you doing?
stopped this fight between rounds. We'll have to see. Here's a look at the knockdown.
Calm down.
Bruce, I hope they stop the fight.
Keep your hands.
I hope they stop the fight.
Let him do all the punches.
Oh, we have, I don't know.
He's in the middle. Give me straight bullets. Okay?
The one that knocked him down wasn't the hardest punch he's thrown. It was just an accumulation.
Has he been hit with punches?
Look at Stewart's eyes.
Come on, concentrate. Hands up. Hands up.
I'd have to say,
Perplexed.
Hands
this
up.
first minute is something big has to happen in this first minute. No question about it.
Heck of a job done by Tommy Gallagher in that corner between rounds to patch together that face of Howe.
Well, let's see how long it stays in effect. Done a heck of a job stopping that nosebleed. But of course, you keep getting hit on the nose, it's going to open up again.
Sixth round scheduled for 10. Alex Stewart and Jamie Howe. Stewart tuning up for Tyson.
Well, here goes the nose. It's pouring blood again.
Stewart had a marvelous round of the fifth.
And in Jamie Howe's corner, they're saying, go punches, Jamie. He's tired, too. But Stewart is just too sharp for him. Just too sharp.
Over that corner too much. You get landed, you get nailed real quick.
What Howe has to do now is get off first. He can't wait. Well, we have all kinds of fans behind us. Some of them yelling, stop the fight. Others yelling, no mercy, Alex. So I don't know. I'd like to see a little mercy from the referee and stop this fight.
You never know what goes inside a fighter's head, such as Stewart seeing what's in front of him.
Well, what's happening now is Howe is just standing there waiting to be hit. Remember how aggressive he started in the first round? Now he's there waiting to be hit. All the fire is gone, except his courage is still there.
Stewart to the body. Gil, as long as the fight's on, if you're Stewart, you can't show mercy when you're in the ring with a heavyweight, right?
Should get him out of there. That's what he should do. He's taken everything away from Howe now except his heart. That's all he has left.
Big body blow landed there by Howe.
It was just an arm punch, though, Bruce. Wasn't very effective.
Final seconds of the sixth round, 40-some odd. I guess that's more than just a couple.
You can see Howe just waiting to get hit, and he's getting hit.
Stewart continues to hammer away. Howe still stands. Inside of 20 seconds, and again the face bloodies.
I don't know what they're thinking of us, except that Stewart might run out of gas. No other chance to win the fight.
Sixth round drawing to a close. Howe still stands. We'll be back.
20 years ago, leukemia and related diseases took enough lives to wipe out a city the size of Burlington, Vermont. Since then, the Leukemia Society of America has funded $50 million in research. Today, 8 out of 10 children with the most common type of leukemia will survive, and survival rates for adults have increased significantly. But until everyone survives leukemia, we need your help. Give to the Leukemia Society of America. We're closing in on a killer.
Wrestling's masters of the match square off with crowd-pleasing slam bang action every week here on HSE. Monday's card brings wrestling from Florida. Ladies Professional Wrestling takes center stage on Tuesday. And International Championship Wrestling winds up the wrestling week on Wednesday. Tune in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons at 4 for Wrestling Greats on HSE, the best team on TV.
We are headed to the seventh round. Somehow, Jamie Howe still on his feet. He's been nailed pretty good by Alex Stewart, who dropped him in the 5th.
And you know, Stewart is very dangerous after he gets that minute rest. Then he comes out really bombing. But after about a minute or so, he slows down a little bit. Can't blame him. He's expended an awful lot of energy.
Again, Howe's corner done a nice job patching him up, but Stewart chops away with that short uppercut. Luis Rivera calls it off. That's it. It's over. He's seen enough.
I have to applaud the referee with this one. What else did they want to do?
A mixture of cheers and boos. But Stewart, the hometown favorite, Catskills have kind of adopted this young man. And after a slow start, he really came on, Gil.
Yes, he sure did. But you know, he's going to have to break that habit of starting slowly, especially if he fights Mike Tyson.
And now Howe playing to the crowd, asking for applause. It's amazing the energy he still has left.
Absolutely unbelievable.
So Stewart got his tune-up for Tyson, and I understand the contract isn't even complete yet. Is that true?
That's absolutely true. According to Jim Fennell.
3 more bouts, my friends. Stay with us.
According to Jim Fennell, they've agreed, they signed the contract, they mailed it back to Don King. Now it's up to Tyson to put his John Hancock on the contract.
But until it's back, everything is still up in the air, right?
Absolutely. Until the bell rings and Stewart sees Tyson across the ring, I'd be a little concerned.
But Stewart took a step tonight with the 7th round stoppage of Jamie Howe. Let's go up to ring announcer Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Luis Rivera stops this bout at 32 seconds of the 7th round, and the winner by a TKO, Alex the Destroyer Stewart. Let's have a nice round of applause for Jamie Featherman Howe.
Stewart's knockout string remains 26 wins, 26 knockouts, only 1 loss, that to Evander Holyfield. Currently ranked number 4 by the WBA, number 5 by the IBF, number 6 by the WBC, and a friendly gesture there on the part of both fighters. The handshake. Howe certainly is one tough cookie. Stewart had to work for this one. We'll take a break and we'll talk to the